elections for the federal, for the National Assembly seats and the House of Assembly seats. The National Assembly seats, came out mixed. We only had, APC had 1 senator, PDP had 2 senators, and then also the House of Assembly, the National Assembly seats were shared. That was the national election. When it came to the elections for the House of Assembly, and I make it bold to say that I went out, I campaigned for all our candidates, and all the 24 candidates were returned because of the work we had done. This was despite the fact that the godfather, the chairman of the party at that time, cancelled the primaries to get in these people he wanted, who claimed they are his boys or people. We didn't care. We just said it was one party. So the problem started from the primaries, where the godfather wanted to fix people in the House of Assembly, so people he controlled. So at any point in time he wanted to get rid of me, he would just ask them to do so. That is when the problem started. But we didn't mind. We went ahead, won the election, and decided to inaugurate the House of Assembly. There were 24 members. The 2 days before the inauguration, they had gone around abusing me as a governor, that I refused to proclaim the House and all of that. Anyway, we sat as a party and decided what the leadership of the House should be like, how it would be zoned. We said, for instance, since the governor comes from Edo South and the deputy governor comes from Edo North, it's only fair that the speakership should go to Central. And then I said, look, now you leaders from the Central, these are the candidates from the Central. Who do you think is most qualified to be speaker? They went back, went and decided and sorted out, and they said, look, this person, first they zoned it to a particular area and agreed that so and so person should become speaker. That was the decision of the party. And then we came out, and some people were happy about it. The people who wanted to, were aligned to their chairman or their former chairman. And that the leadership which the party agreed is what, what was inaugurated. And they said they would not accept it, that I should now go and issue another proclamation. I should proclaim the House again, because 14 of them or so were not happy with what we did. We said, no, we went to court. And the court said, you cannot proclaim a House twice. You've already proclaimed the House. The House has already been inaugurated. You people go and work in the House. For 6 months, these people refused to go to the House to get inaugurated. Edo people voted, their constituencies voted for them. But because of one godfather, they refused to, hoping and praying that the godfather was going to use his weight as a national chairman to impose and change the law. And that did not happen. After 6 months, the Constitution says that if you haven't sat for a minimum of 180 legislative days, your seat becomes vacant. The leadership of the House then declared those seats vacant. So as far as the law is concerned, they ceased to be members-elect because they were voted in and they refused to go and get inaugurated. They then went to court to challenge that action. And they went to court, and while they were in court, the PDP people also then sued to say, well, since they refused to.
Well, there's another glitch as
go and get inaugurated. We, who were the ones who went to court and welcomed the election, do not say they now want to be inaugurated. They now go their inauguration. Is Nigeria a banana republic?
Oh, it's not.
Not at all.
Because it's like a cool. We have a government, we have a legislature in place. You are in court. You're been to one godfather who feels he owns a dog, and now you have lost out, and you want to be unruly and want to try and derail our democracy. We could do that in the past, not anymore. The democracy is 21 years old. I mean, it's enough of the nonsense with these so-called godfathers. Enough of the nonsense. They don't own Nigeria. They don't own Edo State. Yeah. They just behave anyhow, behave lawlessly, because they can control the press and they have money they have paid, I don't know how to live. And they just begin to harass everybody. Nigeria belongs to everybody. And I'm so disappointed at those young men who came out and told their people that they wanted to go and represent them. And they now thought that the Godfather's dictates are better than that of those of the people who voted for them. That is.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
We'll take the appropriate actions. They know they cannot win the elections, so the only thing that they do is just focusing on banditry and violence.
So, Your Excellency, we are very glad to hear your answer. I'm sure many people out there who have been sending these questions are also very glad to hear your answer. If I should summarize, you are saying that action will be taken at the due time for these kind of behaviors. Are we right, sir?
Yes. We are running a state, a government, a country that is governed by a constitution and laws. At the moment you jettison laws and law and order, then it's anarchy.
All right, sir.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.